Hi everyone, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add and remove services, how to update your team member pricing and how to set up your online deposits for online booking. So the first thing is I'm going to show you how to add and remove your services. So what we do is we go onto the menu button on the left hand side, we go to settings and then services. In here you will see two tabs, one is custom and one is master. So the master list has around 750 services for you to choose from. So it's very rare that you would need to add a custom service. So for instance, if we click on master and let's say in my salon, I don't have a service called balayage, I would type in balayage and you can see down here, there's one that's called balayage already. It's active, but it's not enabled within my salon. So all I would do is I would click on the edit pencil here and I would go on to enable in my salon. And that's it. So that means that the balayage is now enabled within my salon and I would just need to make sure that the team members' skills are set, which I'll show you that a bit later on. It's exactly the same to remove a service. So if you've got a service that's showing up within when you make an appointment and you don't need it within the salon, you will come into your master tab, you will click on the edit pencil and then you just go disable in my salon and that would remove it within the salon. For all the people who do beauty, within this service here, you can see a tab that says rooms. So if you click on rooms, if you're setting up an IPL service and you've got an IPL machine or an IPL room, you would just click on IPL, click on the arrow pencil, and then click on save. And then that means that when you're making the appointment, it will pop up to say, do you want to choose this machine? Okay, and that's it when it comes to adding and removing a service. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how to add in a custom service. So the only time you would add in a custom service would be if you've looked on the list of services and there's something there that nobody else is doing. If you're ready to add a service just for you, you will go onto the add button, so this little plus button at the very top. You'll click on here and then you will call it what you want to call it. Okay, so you will call it, say, Cara blow dry. And then here we've got the default price, but we usually leave all of these tabs on a 0. And the reason we leave them on 0 is we go into the team settings and we make sure we set it all up within there. Okay. One thing I always get asked is the colours. So when you're creating a service for yourself, you're finding it hard and struggling to find the colours to use. So I'm going to go through the 3 different colours that Saks use. So if you click on the colour here, the appointment colour, and we go on to this circle down the bottom, if we click on that, it lets you add in a code. So the beauty code is FFF7DAFC. So that's FFF7DAFC. And then when you click on OK, it changes the colour to pink. So that's for all your beauty services. The next one, the next code is orange, and this is for all your styling. So all of your cut and finishes, your blow dries, your curls. So this code is FFEBC681. Click on OK, and then that changes the appointment colour to orange. And then finally, the last one to use is for your technical services, which is green. The code for that one is FF9BE985. Click on OK, and then that makes the service go green. The next part to do is tick. If you're doing a service which requires a skin test, you would need to make sure that you put a tick in here. And then within the drop-down box, put it between the right department and category. So this one is a blow dry, so we would look for hair and styling. Click on that and that's the department done. Okay, so the next thing you would need to do is choose whether you want this service to show online. So to do that, all we would do is we would put a tick into the online bookings, and then that would mean that it will show online. The next part is you can choose whether you want this service to be a favourite. And a favourite would mean that when the clients are booking online, this will be the first thing that will pop up rather than them scrolling through. You can also add in some service information. So if you've got something that's quite complicated that the clients don't tend to understand, they get confused between balayage and ombre, you would then go in here and you could write a description of what that service is. Not bookable online by itself, that is for all of your colouring services. So if anyone chooses a colour and they don't choose a finishing service, it won't let them book online. Okay, so you will put a tick in here, and then in the service alert, you could put all colours need a finishing service. In here, you can also put about the clients. If they're new clients, then they need to have a skin test 48 hours prior to the appointment. And then again, the same as before, if it's a beauty service that you're adding, you would click on the rooms at the top and you would make sure you select the right one, click on the arrow, and once that's done, you can click on save. So that's how to add and remove a service. So once you've done that, you will need to go into your team settings and you need to make sure that everybody's skilled for that service. It's got the right pricing and it's also got the right times. So to do that, we go onto the menu button, we go to settings, and then we go to team members. Select on the person that you want to do the service for. So I'm going to choose on Jez. And then all we would do is we would click on services at the very top. We open up hair because it was balayage that I added. And then we open up colours. And in here, you will see that he hasn't got a tick in for a balayage. Oh, sorry. There we go. So you would go in here and you would tick in what they're skilled for. You will put in the prices that you would like to charge. Duration, so that's the time it takes to put on the colour, so that's your your duration time. And then to find your processing time, we just click on this arrow at the top where it says advanced settings. Go on to advanced view. So this is if you need a break in between any service, so any colours or any perms and straightening. Scroll along, and then in here you've got your processing time. So in here you do processing time 45 minutes. And that's it. So to change any of your pricing, if you ever need to do this, you need to go into your team member settings, click on services, and then basically just go through and change any of the services that you need. Again, for your duration, it's really, really good because each team member can have their own duration time and they can also have their own processing time. Now, if you have services within the salon that each team member does the same thing, so if someone does exactly the same thing as Jez, we can copy all of Jez's prices, all of Jez's skills, and all of his times over to another team member, so it saves you doing it again twice. So let's say, for instance, Sophie, we would double click on Sophie, and all we would do is we would click on copy at the very bottom, and it says please select the team member you want to copy from. We click on OK, and then you just choose the team member that you want to copy from. Just be aware that it does copy everything, so it copies all the skill settings, all the pricing, and all the times as well. And then once you've done that, all you need to do is click on save. Okay, so that's how to edit your team members. So the other thing I wanted to show you today, because we don't have that many Sac salons using it at the moment, but we do have 2 or 3, is how to set up your online deposits. So to set up an online deposit, the first thing you would need to do is load up the hub. So we use something called Stripe, and Stripe is basically the same as PayPal. So to set this up, all we do is we go on the left-hand side menu button, we go to settings, online bookings, and then deposits. Okay, so once you've loaded this, it'll tell you to create an account or it'll tell you to link to an existing account. Okay, so to create an account, you would just click on here, it would load up the form, and then you just need to basically go through and fill that in. Okay, so once that's done, you would go back into Salon IQ. We would go on the drop down box here. We would go to settings. We would go to salons. And in here, you would have your salon set up. Once you're in this part, all you would do is you would go on to online bookings. And then down the very bottom, we would change the drop down box to whether you're going to have a value or whether you're going to have a percentage. So if you wanted to do 50% off, you would click on percentage, change that, and then you would just do 50. What that would do is when the client's booking online, it would make sure that they either pay a £50 deposit for all services, and it will also give them an option to pay in full. If you wanted to just be for new clients only, all we would need to do is add a tick in here and then click on save. And that's it. Once you've done that, your online booking's set up. Okay, so that's how to add your services, how to add your online deposits, and how to change your team member pricing. Any questions, let me know.